Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're going to be taking a look here just real quick at the cross-type cargo transport. This is a kind of cross-shaped transport unit here for your Real-Grade Evangelion kits. Now we are going to be selling this at USA Gundam Store, so check it out. The link and the coupon code for you guys to use will be down in the video description below. You can use this with any of the Real-Grade Eva kits, as far as I understand it. It's not necessarily specific, but kind of, I guess, meant to be probably more so used with the Eva Unit 01 as shown in the photograph there. So here's what you're going to get in the box, just basically one bag of stuff. So here are the instructions, and there it is, just basically showing you what you're going to have in there with the RG Eva kit, obviously sold separately. On the back there's our parts list, just showing the runners included, and on the inside here in full color, which is really nice, showing you the construction of that, which does look relatively simple. We got a couple of wires in here that you'll need to use with this as well. And for the runners, we've got runner A here, which is in a really dark maroon color. It's not exactly black, it is slightly kind of reddish in its color, but there's all the parts on there. You can see some pretty nice detail. Our B runner is going to be in red, including like the base plate part, that's going to be kind of the stand, and then some other parts on there. And then runner C, we've got two of, there's a couple more red parts there. So let me go ahead and get this all put together and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so anyway, here it is, all put together. It didn't really take very long, it's not that complicated. Actually, it took almost just as long to get the kind of string there, line in there, sort of like a black fishing line, sort of, anyway, that you have to string on that. Not the easiest thing to do, and it looks cool, except you kind of have to like tie it on there in a way that's try to make it a little bit kind of discreet, or in a way that looks good. That was kind of tricky to do, but it's a cool little thing added on to there that does add to the look. Overall, I mean, it's very Evangelion, especially very Rebuild of Evangelion, with that bright red kind of interior, and then like contrasted with that very dark, not exactly black, but just like a super dark red, dark maroon color, like I said, on there for the opposite color. It looks great, and there's a couple of different options. You can actually plug it onto the transport base of the Evangelion Unit 01 if you got the DX set of that. So I'll show you that here in a second. That's also a cool thing you can do with this. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So these parts on here is where you'll remove to plug on like the hands, or just stick your hand in there, and then this part will clasp around that. And the same thing down here for the feet, but you actually have two different options for these. You've got, and they're kind of slightly different. So you've got this one, which sits a little bit lower and is a little bit harder to get out of there. And then you've got this one, which sits a little bit higher on there, and I'm not exactly sure if maybe that's more meant for one of the other Evas or something, or what exactly the point of that is. You could use both at the same time, which seems maybe a bit weird to have both those on there like that. I'm not even sure that the legs will fit in there like that, but anyway, you've got options for that, I suppose. And then just here on the back you can see, so like you have to tie the string, it's tied there, and then going down and like looping through all around here and tied up on the other side. And then this one up here loops through that top part, and then it's tied to both sides on the inside of there as well too. There's also holes on the top for you, I guess, to have this strung up so that it's like hanging, I guess, for like when it's hanging from the aircraft or something like that, for if you wanted to do it like that. You have this display, which is like the main stand for that, but like I said, you can take that off. Then you have this adapter piece here that you'll use, and you can plug this onto the transport base if you got the DX set. Now it shows in the manual to use that connection piece, but it almost kind of looks like you don't really need to. Well, I guess you do need to, because then this one is just like kind of too long for some reason. So I wonder why they made this as long as they did. I guess just because of the height, so that it could balance. If that peg was too short, I guess it would be more prone to falling over, so they had to make that plenty long enough. But if you have a drill that's this size, which I don't know, looks probably like 6 centimeters or something like that, 7 even, I mean, it's quite large, but if you have a drill that size, you could drill that hole out a little bit more, and then have this plug straight directly into there. Or I guess you could file down this part if you wanted to cut this a little bit shorter, so that it could fit directly in there without having to use the attachment piece. As for this other thicker wire, I think you could use this one instead, but it's not as long, so I don't think that it would fit all the way around. So I don't really exactly know what this wire is meant to be for. I can't really tell in the manual, so I guess this one could be used for, again, like if you're hanging this from something, but I was having trouble getting this wire to fit through these holes, so you'd have to kind of drill those out a little bit more to get these to fit. You've got, anyway, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here, so basically 6 holes in here that you'll string wires through to have this hanging off something if you wanted to do it like that. Anyway, here is how it's going to look with the Eva on there, and it's a really tight fit. It's really cool how like on the arm parts of the cross, there's like that slot in there where like the kind of parts sticking out on like the back of the Eva's arm fits in there nice and snugly, but it's a really snug fit in there. And then like there's a part that's supposed to plug into the back where the attachment point is on the back of the kit, where normally the umbilical cable would plug into. There's like a point where that's supposed to plug onto this cross base here as well too. But yeah, it's just a really tight, snug fit. I'm really like having trouble getting it to fit up in there. And I feel like the shoulder parts are supposed to fit back up into the cross a little bit there better as well too. But yeah, it's just kind of hard getting it squeezed in there. So get some really tight tolerances in there on getting this to actually fit onto the cross. But you know, there it is, as good as it is on there. That's the best I can do, I guess, with it at the moment. But there it is. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you're an Eva fan and you just wanted to recreate this, that's certainly one way that you can do it. Don't think that we're going to be having any accessory like this coming out from Bandai, I think it's probably fair to say. So if you wanted something different, a different way to display your RG Eva kit, I think it's certainly a pretty cool one. Honestly, the transport base that came with the DX set of the Eva Unit 1 didn't really impress me all that much, I gotta be honest. And it's kind of cool if you want to like recreate scenes from the anime, but honestly it just doesn't really end up looking that great. The Eva doesn't really look very cool installed onto there, and so I don't know, it's just kind of, I was a little bit underwhelmed by the transport base. Nicely detailed, but that's kind of about it. This at least is a more interesting way to display the Eva, that's for sure. So let me know your thoughts on this set down in the comment section below, and again, check it out at USA Gundam Store. The link is in the video description. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Hope this was interesting, something a little bit different for y'all. Hope you're all having a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.